Think about the last time you wanted to speak, but didn't. Maybe you were in a meeting. Maybe you were in a conversation with friends. Maybe you were scrolling through social media, reading opinions you disagreed with. You had something to say, something real, something true, but you hesitated. Why? Because of fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being wrong, fear of standing alone. But let me tell you something. Silence is not neutrality. Silence is surrender. And history has proven over and over again that those who dare to speak are the ones who change the world. This is why the ancient Greeks told us, tolma aipein ho phrones. Dare to say what you think. It's not just a suggestion. It's a challenge to break free from fear, a challenge to stand for something, a challenge to live unapologetically, because if you do not speak your truth, someone else will speak for you. And that is how freedom dies. Why people fear speaking the truth? Why do people remain silent? It's not because they don't have thoughts. It's not because they don't have opinions. It's because they have been trained to fear their own voice. Think about it. Since childhood, you were taught to be polite. Don't rock the boat. Keep your thoughts to yourself. We live in a world that rewards obedience and punishes authenticity. Speak too boldly, and you're called arrogant. Speak too honestly, and you're called offensive. Speak too differently, and you're called crazy. And so, most people choose the easy path. They stay quiet. But let me ask you, what has silence ever achieved? When has silence ever changed the world? Never. Every great revolution, every great movement, every great breakthrough began with a voice. The voice of someone who dared to speak the uncomfortable truth. The price of silence. Think of all the people who stayed silent when they should have spoken. The employee who had a brilliant idea but was afraid to share it. The scientist who discovered something groundbreaking but feared ridicule. The artist who had a masterpiece inside them but never expressed it. How many dreams have died because people were too afraid to voice them? How many injustices continued because people were too scared to call them out? How many relationships suffered because people never spoke their true feelings? Every time you hold back your truth, you are not just robbing yourself. You are robbing the world of something only you can give. And if enough people stay silent for long enough, the world becomes a place where only lies are spoken. The people who changed history dared to speak. Think about the great minds of history. Did they stay silent? Did they keep their thoughts hidden, afraid of what others might think? Number. They spoke, even when their voices shook. Socrates questioned everything, even though it cost him his life. Galileo spoke the truth about the universe, even when the church condemned him. Martin Luther King Jr. refused to be silent in the face of injustice. Malala Yousafzai dared to say that girls deserve education, even when extremists tried to silence her. Elon Musk spoke about ideas that people laughed at, and now he's revolutionizing technology. The truth tellers of the world are always the most feared, because truth is dangerous. It destroys illusions. It challenges power. It shakes people out of comfort. And that is why the world will always try to silence those who speak boldly. But the ones who keep speaking, despite fear, despite opposition, despite criticism, those are the ones who make history. How to find the courage to speak up. So, how do you do it? How do you find the courage to say what you truly think? 1. Accept that not everyone will agree with you. You will never please everyone. And that's okay. The goal is not to be liked. The goal is to be authentic. The right people will respect your honesty. The wrong people were never meant for you anyway. Second, stop seeking permission. If you wait for the world to approve of your thoughts, you will wait forever. Nobody is coming to validate you. Nobody is coming to give you permission. You have to give it to yourself. 3. Speak, even when your voice shakes. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is speaking despite the fear. The first time you speak your truth, it will feel uncomfortable. Do it anyway. The second time, it will feel a little easier. The third time, even easier. And before you know it, your voice will be unshakable. 4. Understand that your voice is a weapon. Words are the most powerful force in existence. They can start wars or end them. They can break spirits or inspire millions. Use them wisely. What happens when you find your voice? When you start daring to say what you think, everything changes. You gain self-respect because you are no longer betraying yourself. You attract the right people because authenticity draws real connections. You inspire others. Your courage gives others permission to be bold. You create change because truth is a force that cannot be stopped. Will it be easy? Number, but will it be worth it? Every single time. Your voice matters. So, I leave you with this question. Will you let fear control you? Or will you rise above it and dare to speak? Because one day, your voice will be gone, and the only thing that will remain are the words you had the courage to say. So, speak now. Speak boldly. Speak truthfully. Because the world needs your voice.